For the past few years, I've been haunted by the idea of operating systems and how much better they could be. It's something that hasn't really changed, well, since I was born, pretty much, and that we use every day and drives every single thing that we do. And every few months, I'll see like a glimmer of hope, a demo that someone releases showing a cool concept that kind of like lets you kind of see how things could be better. And I fall into this rabbit hole of just like thinking about it nonstop for months. The last time that this happened was around 2 years ago here in San Francisco, where during the span of a few months, I saw a bunch of demos about spatial software and canvases and infinite zoom as a way to organize things and as a better way to organize everything in a way that is not just like windows and apps. And actually, I decided to build something to explore this thing. And for 3 or 4 months, I was obsessed with this app that I made as a place to brainstorm that I never ended up releasing until today. Let me explain. At the time, I was thinking about how research and trying to learn new things is very spread out. There's PDFs, annotations, websites, videos, blogs, and there's not like one place where you can do all of the research stuff at the same time, like an app made for brainstorming. And inspired by some really cool canvas and infinite scrolling concepts that I had seen around, I started to think, how would that look like? Separately, I had also been wondering for a while, how do you make something like Figma? Like the web is not built for spatial interfaces. How do you build something for infinite zoom? How does any of that work? And so I started looking around for any resource, blog, conference, talk, anything that could guide me into how any of these things work. And I really struggled to find any resource at all, but I ended up finding an amazing article by the founder of TLDraw that ended up serving as the foundation for the app. And I started building a little infinite zoom canvas. I started adding text cards that you could type in with markup. I started adding links and even a way to actually browse websites inside of the Canvas apps. I started adding support for images, tweets, YouTube videos, and most excitingly, I added collaboration so that you could work on this and kind of like brainstorm with people on this place. I even used it with some friends. I had this really cool concept for the landing page where it would be kind of like a canvas on itself with some cards explaining all the different features, cursors moving around to show that it was interactive. And then I came across two problems that I didn't really know how to fix. The first one was the gestures on mobile didn't really work, especially zooming in and out was completely broken. And remember, this is the web. This is not built in like it is in iOS. So you have to build it from scratch, and I couldn't really figure that out. The second one was the homepage. It was really cool and I wanted to keep it, but it didn't work on mobile at all. And so I would have had to make a completely separate mobile landing, switch between those, and it would have been kind of a big mess. And so I never really released it, and it ended up slowly fading into obscurity. Until this week, that is, when I suddenly remember its existence and tried to get it up and running again. It's been 2 years. Most of the dependencies are widely updated. There's been two major versions on the main dependency of this project, that one that allows for collaboration. And it took a long time to get this running again with error after error until finally I somehow managed to get it working again. And so, it works. It's here. I never really got to release it. And after 2 years, the journey is complete. I did my experiment. You can try it out. I'll leave the code on GitHub because I think it's really cool to actually look into one of these apps and see how they work. I'll leave the app out there, although it's not fully stable, so I wouldn't recommend relying on it for anything useful. And I hope you enjoyed this little story and the little app. See you next week.